we are live on location at Timuquana Country Club. The 5th annual Constellation Furyk and Friends Pro-Am, is underway. We've got all of the golfers who are out right now. The elements are going to be a little challenging out there, so I'd love to see what the scores end up being. And then tomorrow things really start to get going here. And how about now we do it, Scotty, because we've got a nice conversation coming up. At 9:13, we have a 4-pack of tickets for all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Or if you just want to choose one of the 3 days or 2 of the 3 days, get your buddies together or get the kids and bring the family down here at the Timuquana Country Club. The last year, that Constellation Furyk and Friends will be here in Jacksonville along the St. Johns River. Caller 8 right now is going to win a 4-pack of tickets to Constellation Furyk and Friends. 855-765-1045. 855-765-1045. Caller 8 right now will win that 4-pack of tickets. Good luck, and we hope to see you out here at Timuquana Country Club. And when I start saying 855, I start to go into default mode to the Carathon. So
I know.
at least I got it right.
I did. I had to actually a couple minutes ago put it in my notes because in my brain it went to Carathon.
One of our good partners and friends at Carathon every year is Nemours Children's Health, and Peggy Parish is Director of Community Engagement at Nemours. So I almost went into default mode, but I didn't. I got our number right. It's good to see you again.
Likewise.
And on the heels of another successful Carathon and helping out all those families through the Child Cancer Fund, it's so great how the community comes together to celebrate kids, families in a big, big way, and to do it through Carathon and now to do it at Constellation Furyk and Friends. It's good to see these familiar faces.
It really is, and it's such a nice reminder what a thriving, beautiful, supportive community we have here in Jacksonville. It is one of the best, isn't it?
Yeah, we're really blessed to have deep pockets and people with deep pockets who don't just keep it all for themselves, but give it to the community. Jim and Tabitha have been doing that for so many years, and all the partners that are here. Nemours is a beneficiary of it as well. So what's your involvement? How did you all first get connected with the Furyk Foundation?
Sure. It was a couple years ago. We met Jim and Tabitha at the Players Championship. We're the official youth sponsor out there, and we were hosting an event in the Kid Zone, and we wanted to bring in another one of our great partners, Blessings in a Backpack. Here in Jacksonville, 1 in every 5 kids go to bed hungry. They just go to bed hungry. It is a huge problem across the nation, and we felt obligated to do our part to help those kids and help those families. So we hosted an event for Blessings in a Backpack. We invited golfers, we invited community leaders, folks from the Players, executives from Nemours, to bring everybody together to talk about this problem and to do something about it. Well, Jim and Tabitha showed up. They are very big supporters of Blessings in a Backpack. They actually founded the chapter here in Jacksonville. So now children who are on the free lunch program, mostly at Title I schools, get their meals, their breakfast and lunch at school, will come Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those sweet kids are hungry. They don't have access to food. So Blessings in a Backpack provides food for them over the weekend. And then Monday, when they come back, they're ready to learn, they're happy, they're healthier, and it's just a wonderful reminder that it doesn't take a lot to help, but every single thing that you do goes such a long way to those children and those families who need it the most.
I think what's interesting is that when I think of Nemours, obviously through Carathon, I think of more than just clinic, but I also think personally, we've taken our kids there for the specialty care. And through the years in Jacksonville, Nemours has evolved. It used to be Nemours Children's Specialty Care, and now it's Nemours Children's Health. It ties into that holistic part of it. If a kid doesn't go hungry, then they're less likely probably to have to be seen by the specialists at Nemours. You see it kind of as more of an all-around health sort of thing.
Absolutely. Hunger is more than just having an empty stomach. It affects every part of our bodies. So if you think about not only the nutrients that you need, but think about when we are hungry, we get grouchy, right? Hangry. But, our minds don't work, our bodies don't work, and it's just, and then the health that goes around with not having those nutrients is, we could talk about that for an hour. So providing not only the food, but healthy food helps their overall being all day long. So it's really a necessity for kids. And at Nemours, like you said, we are growing. We care about the whole child, not just the diagnosis. And if we're going to live that mission, then we're thinking about those weekends when they're going hungry, and we're going to do our part to help. But Jim and Tabitha, like I said, founded the chapter. As soon as we met them, we just knew that the Jim and Tabitha Furyk Foundation, Nemours Children's Health, we are both here to make a difference in the Jacksonville community, and together we are so much stronger, and we're able to do so much more. It's beautiful.
I think it's important that what you just said, that together we're better, because as divisive as things may seem, granted, we're on a golf course. How could we be divided about anything except for Michigan and Ohio State? Like it's just
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, beyond that, like there's no political division when it comes to good for the community, and I think that goes a long way when you consider all of the organizations that are here and sponsoring, and all the different ways that they're all coming together, and how everyone kind of collaborates. So a connection that you may have out here might help the next organization and the next charitable organization, the next 501c3 to develop. A new mission might start as a result of this weekend right here,
so.
for all we know.
I hope so.
What progress are we seeing in terms of being able to help bridge that hunger gap in the community? Are we seeing the right progress being made?
I think every opportunity we have to talk about it is a step in the right direction. I think just the most basic information, people don't realize that this is such a problem here in Jacksonville, throughout Florida, throughout our country. So the more we talk about it, the more opportunities we have for people to say, I have $10, I have $25, I want to sponsor one child. Now, because Nemours believes in this so much, we sponsored the entire school of Andrew Robinson Elementary, which is a Title I school in Jacksonville. We packed food a couple years ago for them. We delivered that food. We handed those bags to those sweet, sweet, sweet kids, and we fell madly in love. And after that moment, there was no doubt in my mind that we are going to help those kids, that school. And from there, the more that we can invite people to learn about it and care a little bit, whether it's volunteering or hosting a packathon or donating, whatever, it's so easy to help.
And Peggy, the value of that transcends just what you're doing right now, because no doubt you're inspiring somebody who's received that to give back later on in life.
You know, I'm sure he won't mind me telling, but one of our top executives here in Jacksonville, I was talking to him a couple years ago about getting him more involved in the community. And specifically, I had a couple of organizations that I really thought he would do great on their board of directors. He's just very smart, very dedicated, very passionate about children's health. And we were talking about where a good fit was. And I threw out a couple of opportunities, right? Some of our other partners. And then I said, and let me tell you about Blessings in a Backpack. And I told him about the mission and what they do. He immediately stopped and said, Peggy, I was one of those kids when I was growing up in Mississippi to a single mom. I received food. Oh my God, I just got the goosebumps. And it would be my absolute honor to pay it forward today to help Blessings in a Backpack and to help more kids, because I was that kid all those years ago. So you're right, it does come full circle. And whether we struggled as kids, whether we didn't, I think we are all here today because we care, right? We are here at this tournament. We are here supporting Jim and Tabitha. We're supporting their foundation. We're here because we want Jacksonville to be the best it can be. And coming together as a community helps us all do that. Right, Rich?
Yeah, absolutely. I think to see and to be a part of, if you've never dropped off the backpacks, you're right, you fall in love with kids. We've done it with Guardian Catholic Schools. Packing up is fun. It can be a great engaging environment and opportunity for some collaboration in the workspace. I mean, there's so many different good things that can come out of something like that. How can people get involved?
It's really easy. Blessings in a Backpack, they have a website that they can go on, and it will list out different opportunities to help. They have social media pages. I am lucky enough to have just been voted on their national board of directors. So I'm happy to connect anybody who is interested. I'm happy to connect them to either the local chapter here in Jacksonville. If your listeners are not local from Jacksonville, we have chapters throughout Florida, throughout the country, and would love to just share more information with anybody who's interested.
Really cool opportunity, and you can make such a huge difference for one family. And again, it's one of the reasons why we love doing the Carathon is you know that you're impacting one child, one family. You're not giving of yourself or your money to an organization and you wonder where's this really going. You can see it, and Blessings in the Backpack, same thing. You can literally see it. You pack the bag, you give the food to the kid, and you know that they won't go hungry. That means so much. Peggy Parish, our good friend from Nemours Children's Health. Always good to see you, friend.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Appreciate
you for
you.
having me.
9:23 on the Thursday edition of Jacksonville's Morning News.